5 months ago, I made a decision. I decided to invest in myself and learn AI automation. At the time, I had spent most of my career in manufacturing, operations, and warehouse leadership. I understood process improvement. I understood productivity. I understood operations. But I didn't know much about AI automation, workflow design, APIs, or tools like Make and Zapier. Today, that has changed. As I'm recording this video, I've completed an AI Automation Bootcamp and submitted my final project. I don't have my final results back yet. Hopefully, I've passed. But regardless of the outcome, I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about what I've learned throughout this journey. Because honestly, I've learned a lot more than I expected. The first lesson I learned is that AI isn't magic. When I first started learning about AI, I think I viewed it the same way many people do today. You type something into ChatGPT. The AI gives you an answer, and that's AI. But what I discovered is that AI becomes much more powerful when it's connected to systems. When you combine AI with workflows, automation, integrations, databases, and business processes, that's where the real value starts to appear. The future isn't just AI. The future is AI working inside business systems. That realization changed how I think about technology. The second lesson I learned is that business problems matter more than tools. When I started the program, I was focused on learning software. Make, Zapier, AI tools, automation platforms. And those tools are important. But eventually I realized something. Businesses don't care about tools. Businesses care about results. Nobody wakes up in the morning saying, I need a Make workflow. They wake up saying, I need to save time. I need better visibility. I need fewer errors. I need a better process. The tools are simply how we get there. That shift in thinking was huge for me. It changed how I approach projects. Instead of asking, what tool should I use? I started asking, what problem am I trying to solve? That's a much better question. The third lesson I learned is that you don't need to be a software engineer to learn automation. I think this is one of the biggest misconceptions people have about AI. Many people assume you need a computer science degree, or years of coding experience, or a technical background. But I came into this program from manufacturing and operations. My background was leading teams, improving processes, managing production, and solving operational problems. What I discovered is that many automation skills are actually built on logic and systems thinking. And operations professionals already do that every day. You're identifying problems, building processes, improving workflows, creating consistency. Automation simply gives you new tools to do those things. The fourth lesson I learned is that AI is creating opportunities. A few years ago, many of the roles being discussed today barely existed. AI automation specialists, AI workflow designers, AI customer success managers, AI trainers, AI evaluators. Today, companies are actively hiring for these kinds of positions. The workforce is changing. And while that creates uncertainty for some people, it also creates opportunity. The people who are willing to learn new skills will have options. That doesn't mean everyone needs to become an AI expert. But understanding how AI fits into business is becoming increasingly valuable. The fifth lesson I learned is that consistency matters more than motivation. There were nights I didn't feel like studying. There were projects that took longer than expected. There were moments where I questioned whether I was making progress. But I kept showing up. One lesson, one project, one video, one workflow at a time. And eventually those small steps started adding up. That's true whether you're learning AI, building a business, creating content, or pursuing a new career. Consistency wins. Looking back, one of the things I'm most proud of isn't a specific project. It's the fact that I finished. I kept going. Even when life was busy. Even when work was demanding. Even when things didn't go perfectly. I stayed with it. And that matters. As I'm recording this, I don't know what my final result will be. Hopefully, I'll receive good news soon. But honestly, passing isn't the only thing I've gained from this experience. I've learned skills I didn't have before. built projects I never thought I'd build, created over 50 videos documenting my journey, met people I never would have met, and opened doors that didn't exist when I started. That's a pretty good return on investment. The biggest thing this experience taught me is that it's never too late to learn something new. Technology is changing. The workforce is changing. Opportunities are changing. And if you're willing to keep learning, you can change too. You don't have to know everything. You just have to be willing to take the next step. Before I wrap up, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever completed a course, certification, bootcamp, or training program that changed the direction of your career? Or is there a skill you've always wanted to learn but haven't started yet? Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your story. And if you've been following my AI automation journey, thank you. I appreciate every view, every comment, and every subscriber. It's been an incredible experience so far. If you enjoy practical AI tools, workflow automation, business systems, and real-world technology discussions, consider subscribing. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I'll see you in the next video.